Okay, in today's video, I am going to be going over a few example problems for radioactive decay. That's alpha, beta, and gamma decay. I've already made a video for radioactivity and also a general explanation of radioactive decay, which you will link to in the upper right-hand corner. But let's do some problems for radioactive decay. Before we begin, don't forget, please, down here in the bottom right-hand corner, subscribe to my channel, get all my excellent physics, chemistry, and math videos, and please, leave me a comment. Let me know what you thought of the video. Thank you very much. Okay, of course, we're going to start off with alpha decay. This is the symbol, the alpha, alpha, beta, gamma in the Greek alphabet. We're going to start off with the alpha decay of polonium-210. Polonium-210 has a mass number of 210, the number of protons and neutrons, and an atomic number of 84. And remember, for alpha decay, we are going to emit, or the polonium is going to emit a helium nucleus. And when we emit a helium nucleus, that's going to cause the atomic number to go down by 2 and the mass number to go down by 4. So what we have, we start with what our parent nuclide is, and we draw an arrow, just like a chemical equation. This is a nuclear equation, and we have our helium nucleus. It's not really like there is actually helium in there, but it's the equivalent with 2 protons and 2 neutrons. Gives us an atomic number of 2 and a mass number of 4. And when we do that, then we know that the atomic number is going to go down by 2s from 84 to 82. And the mass number is going to go down by 4 from 210 to 206. We look on the periodic table, what is element 82? And that will cause us to figure out that that is lead, plumbus, Pb, and we write lead there. And that's it. That's the alpha decay equation for polonium-210, which decays into lead-206 through the emission of a helium nucleus or an alpha particle. Okay, next one, a little quicker, thorium-229. Same thing, helium comes out, and we go down by 2 on our atomic number, down by 4 on our mass number, and that's element 88, which is radon. So thorium-229 will decay into radium-225, okay? That's all there is for alpha decay. The next one we'll do is beta. We're going to start with beta minus. Carbon-14 is a common element that undergoes beta minus decay. Remember, for beta minus decay, we're going to emit an electron and an anti-electron neutrino. Excuse me, an electron anti-neutrino. And remember, because during beta minus decay, the atomic number is going to go up by 1. See, minus, but it goes up by 1 because a neutron is going to be converted into a proton. Because neutrons and protons both have mass and they're both in the nucleus, they're both nucleons, the mass number is going to stay the same. So we have carbon-14. We draw a little arrow again. Now I like to just write down the electron and the electron anti-neutrino. That's the symbol for the electron. E with a minus. This is the neutrino. It's an electron neutrino, and it's an anti-neutrino, so this is an electron anti-neutrino. And then we're going to notice that there are different ways that people write down the electron. This is actually the beta particle, so sometimes you'll see it like this. Sometimes you'll see E for electron, then the -1 is down here for the charge, and there's really no mass, so we put a 0 up here. An electron has a very small mass. Sometimes people put beta minus. I've even seen the beta symbol with a minus down here and a 0 up here like we have up here. So there's different ways to write the beta particle, the electron being the beta particle. So we write down the electron for beta and then the electron anti-neutrino. And we know that the atomic number is going to go up by 1, so we're going to go from 6 to 7. And we know that the mass number is going to stay the same, so we leave it at 14. And then we look up on the periodic table, element number 7 is nitrogen. So carbon-14 undergoes beta decay and becomes nitrogen-14, and it also emits an electron and that anti-neutrino. Okay, one more, actinium. Same thing, we have our electron and our anti-neutrino we write down. Once again, we just know that the atomic number is going to go up by 1 to 90. The mass number stays the same, 228, and we have thorium. So actinium undergoes beta minus decay to become thorium-228. That's beta minus decay. Let's do beta plus. Now, I don't think beta plus is necessarily the opposite, but you can think of it because instead of emitting an electron and an antineutrino, it emits the opposite particles, which is the positron and the neutrino, and this is beta plus. Remember, with beta plus, the atomic number goes down, but the mass number stays the same. The atomic number goes down because the proton is one proton is going to convert into a neutron, causing the atomic number to go down, which is the number of protons. When a proton turns into a neutron, but they both have mass, they're both nucleons, so the mass number stays the same. Okay, so we start off with neon 19. We draw our little arrow. I like to just write down the positron. Now we write down an E with a plus sign. That's the positron. This is the beta particle that's emitted in beta decay or beta plus decay. And you see we have that letter, Greek letter nu, actually, that's the neutrino symbol. And we have an electron. We don't have the line over it, so it's not an anti-neutrino. It's just an electron neutrino. And we said that the atomic number is going to go down by 1. Oh yeah, I wanted to mention also that once again, there's different ways to write the positron symbol. You know, the beta with a plus, and then the E with a plus and the 0, but those are all symbols for the beta plus particle or the beta particle, which is the positron for beta plus decay. And we're going to get rid of those two things, and now we know the atomic number goes down, so we go from neon, which has the atomic number of 10 because it has 10 protons, we go down to 9. The mass number stays the same at 19, and therefore we know we have fluorine. So neon 19 undergoes beta plus decay to become fluorine 19, and it emits a positron and a neutrino. Let's do one more. This time we have magnesium 23. Magnesium has 12 protons, element number 12, so it has 12 down here and 23 for the mass number. Once again, we draw our little arrow for our chemical equation. We write the symbol down for the positron and the neutrino, and we know that the mass number, the atomic number is going to go down by 1 to 11. And the mass number is going to stay the same at 23, and element number 11 is sodium. So magnesium 23 undergoes beta plus decay to become sodium 23, and that will emit also a positron, which is the beta particle, and the neutrino. That's beta decay, minus and plus. Okay, now we have gamma. Gamma is relatively straightforward because a gamma particle is just energy. So it emits a high energy photon, and there's no change in the element, there's no change in the charge, no change in the mass. So we start off with nickel 60, which has an atomic number of 28 because it has 28 protons, nickel 60, and we just end up with nickel 60, same thing, just write the same element down, there's no change, and we put down a plus with a gamma symbol. That's the Greek letter gamma, alpha, beta, and gamma, and we could do one more because it's really complicated. Once again, cobalt 60 becomes cobalt 60. It just loses some energy to become more stable with the gamma ray. Okay, gamma particle, gamma ray, whatever you want to call it. That's the energy that comes out of the nucleus during gamma decay. All right, so that was alpha, beta, and gamma. Let's try it. Okay, now we're going to go over a few that are maybe a little bit more complicated. You got to think a little bit on these. We're going to give you this problem like this, and you got to try and figure out what kind of decay is occurring. You want to kind of complete the decay reaction symbol here as we did in the previous slide. So we have protactinium, which is element number 91, and we have protactinium 234. We want to know what kind of decay is this. We wanted to complete the decay reaction. So we have U here. This is the symbol for uranium. You know that uranium, if you look on your periodic table, is element number 92. And we know that we go up by 1 on the atomic number. And when you go up by 1 on the atomic number, then you know that that is going to be beta minus decay. And when it's beta minus decay, we know that the atomic number goes up by 1, but that the mass number stays the same. So we have 234, so we have uranium 234. Protactinium 234 decays through beta decay to uranium 234, and we know in beta minus decay that we get an electron and an anti-neutrino, just like that. So that's the complete decay reaction for that beta minus decay. All right, so you get the idea there. Now we're going to give you this. We got to fill this in, the rest of it. Now, we know this is 229. We don't know the element. We know this is radium, and this is 225. So we know this goes down by 4. We know the mass number has gone down by 4. And in which kind of decay reaction, which kind of radioactive decay does the mass number go down by 4? Well, that is going to be alpha decay, of course. So now we can just fill in everything that's missing. We know that radium is element number 88. And we know that when we have alpha decay, that the atomic number goes down by 2. So we had 88 here. We can fill in 90 here. And we know that element number 90 is thorium. And we know that when we have alpha decay, we're going to emit an alpha particle, which is the same thing as a helium nucleus. So we write down He, and then 2 for the atomic number and 4 for the mass number. Sometimes you'll see people that actually just write a big alpha symbol here. But more commonly, it's helium 4 that we write down, and that is alpha decay. Okay, we're going to do another one. Now, you'll notice in this one, this is the atomic number. The atomic number went down by 1. Well, when the atomic number goes down by 1, then we know that it's beta plus decay. And then we know that that's magnesium 12. And magnesium 12 undergoes beta plus decay to become sodium. And we know under beta plus decay that the mass number doesn't change, so we have 23. And we know that when we have beta plus decay, the atomic number goes down by 1, the mass number stays the same, and then we're also going to emit a positron and a neutrino. This is the antineutrino with this symbol. This is just a regular old neutrino. Okay, the neutrino, the little neutron. All right, now the last one, okay, is somewhat obvious. Again, nickel, we have a gamma particle here. We know when we have gamma decay that nothing changes. So we start off with nickel. Nickel, we break down gamma. We know nickel is element 28. And therefore we start off with nickel, which is element 28, which has, in this case, the isotope is nickel 60. So through gamma decay, nickel 60 becomes nickel 60 and emits energy as a photon, and that is the gamma particle. So there you go. That was some example problems for alpha, beta, and gamma decay. I hope you found that helpful. If you did, please do all of the following 4 things. Subscribe to my channel, get all my excellent physics, chemistry, and math videos. Please leave me a comment in the comment section below. What do you think of the video? Give me a thumbs up, and also share this video. Don't forget, sharing is caring. Share this video with all of your friends. Show them just how much you care. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you in the next video.